Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a look outside our weather window from this Wednesday afternoon. It wasn't a whole lot to see as we look down from our cross camera on Wenatchee Heights at the Wenatchee Valley. I believe that's the right camera, and you can see lots of low-hanging clouds hovering above the Cascades and not much precipitation during the day, but that will all change as we get into tonight with some showers expected. But as we get into, let's go back to that Friday through Sunday first. There we go. And that's going to happen with localized snow bands bringing bursts of snow. That's Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and right through into Sunday. And be careful, winter driving conditions. Now we can get to that next slide. Next week, it is going to get cold, folks. We are talking high temperatures by next Tuesday in the teens, with lows around zero and possibly below zero. We'll talk more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. The number of people being treated for COVID-19 at Central Washington Hospital has fallen into the teens for the first time in months. However, state health officials say Washingtonians must continue to be vigilant against COVID-19, starting with vaccination and booster shots. An Upper Valley baking company that distributes bread to local independent markets is recalling its products, saying some may have included known allergens without proper labeling. But first, our top story tonight. Chelan County court officials announced today the sentencing of James Lawrence Jackson Smith. A jury convicted 33-year-old Jackson Smith last week of assault and kidnapping and a strangulation attack on a 23-year-old Wenatchee hotel worker. He claimed self-defense in his two-day trial, but the jury rejected that argument while also acquitting him of a count of attempted murder. He now faces an estimated prison term of 14 years, up to almost 18 years. Jackson Smith was due to be sentenced late today, but attorneys were still working out the details of the sentence recommendation they'll put before Judge Kristen Ferreira. Those negotiations could reschedule the sentencing hearing into next week. Well, the number of people being treated for COVID-19 at Central Washington Hospital has fallen into the teens for the first time in months. Confluence Health reported Tuesday that there are 19 COVID-19 patients at the Wenatchee Hospital. The number of hospitalized COVID-19 patients peaked at 53 in late November and in recent weeks has averaged in the mid to high 20s. On November 28th, there were 15 COVID-19 patients in the hospital's intensive care unit compared with 3 currently. 7 of the 15 currently are hospitalized are Chelan County residents, 3 from Douglas County, 4 from Grant County, 3 from Okanagan, and 1 from Kittitas County, and 1 other from Bonner County. Well, state health officials say Washingtonians must continue to be vigilant against COVID-19, starting with vaccination and booster shots. This warning comes as the Omicron variant begins to take hold in the state. Dr. Scott Lindquist with the Washington Department of Health says there were 400 confirmed Omicron infections in the state as of yesterday.
We need to have a good, solid surveillance system, watching our case counts as Omicron becomes more and more prevalent, watching our hospitalization effect as Omicron becomes more and more prevalent and flu is here. And then watching our deaths to see, we're getting preliminary data, nothing that I feel comfortable predicting on yet, that this Omicron variant is not associated with as much death, hospitalization, or severe disease. But that remains to be seen as we watch this surveillance in Washington state.
An Upper Valley baking company that distributes bread to local independent markets is recalling its products, saying some may have included known allergens without proper labeling. Bosket Bread Company of Leavenworth is recalling items from 15 lines of bread products, including sliced bread, baguettes, dinner rolls, and hot dog buns, because they may have contained undeclared soy, wheat, milk, sesame, or egg. That can be harmful to people who have allergies to those ingredients. The bread products were sold as recently as December 15th at Dan's Food Market and Sage Mountain Natural Foods in Leavenworth and Rhubarb Market in Wenatchee. They're packaged in plastic bags with the black Basket Bread logo sticker on the front, but no UPS, lot code, or date on the packages. Buyers who may suffer an allergic reaction are urged to dispose of the products or return them to their place of purchase for a full refund. Coming up next, Douglas County Chief Deputy Treasurer Felicia Rosales was sworn in yesterday as interim treasurer after being appointed to the post by Douglas County Commissioners. Carbon-free energy is in high demand, and the Chelan County PUD wants to take advantage of that. And a popular Soap Lake landmark is missing. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. You can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
Welcome back. In another news, Douglas County Chief Deputy Treasurer Felicia Rosales was sworn in yesterday as interim treasurer after being appointed to the post by Douglas County Commissioners. Rosales replaces former treasurer Natalie Marks, who was suspended and then resigned this year after late tax payments cost the county $93,000 in IRS late fees. Rosales has worked in the treasurer office since 2014 and will serve until the next election. She was nominated for the interim post by the county's Republican Central Committee. Carbon-free energy is in high demand, and the Chelan County PUD wants to take advantage of that. The utility district may soon adopt a new strategy to sell up to 10% of its Columbia-driven hydropower capability on the wholesale market. The proposed strategy would sell a mix of short and long-term slices of hydropower output. PUD staff say the plan, which commissioners might vote on by December 30th, poses minimal risk and better returns for ratepayers. Well, a popular Soap Lake landmark is missing. Winston, the full-sized waiter figurine that greets diners at Soap Lake's Cloudview Kitchen restaurant, vanished on Sunday from his place outside the door. The family-owned restaurant in the 100 block of Main Avenue is offering a small reward for its return. Winston has watched the front door since the business opened in 2020. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in North Central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. FIELDSTONE Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The FIELDSTONE team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to FIELDSTONE.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Yes, it's me. It's my husband. I think there's something the matter with him.
It was a feeling that I'll never forget, like being able to meet them and know that he survived.
Okay, tell me what's happening. Is he conscious?
No, he's not. He's not.
Okay, take a deep breath for me. I'm getting you help.
Rivercom means to me that I still have my husband here with me. They're the ones that guided me through saving his life.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Join us each week as the NCW Tech Alliance team networks with individuals driving change in technology, entrepreneurship, and STEM education. Their nonprofit mission is to connect people and technology resources to create a thriving community. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. First responders in Chelan County took turns reading the classic Clement Clarke Moore poem The Night Before Christmas this week. In tonight's feature story, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office shared this video of that rendition with the community.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash.
The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick.
More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, Donner and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all.
As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop, the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too.
And then in a twinkle I heard on the roof the prancing of pawning on each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound.
He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys was flung on his back, and he looks like a peddler just opening his pack.
His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath.
He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed, like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread.
He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, then turns with a jerk, and laying his finger aside his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprung to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Let's take a look now at your North Central Washington weather forecast. And as we take a peek outside our weather window from this afternoon, it was one of those kind of cloudy, gloomy days, and it didn't get very warm out there either. Low cloud deck as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from Wenatchee Heights, and didn't get that warm today. Unofficially 24 degrees. Weather Service was talking 35 to 36 today, but it just didn't happen. 32, our normal high temperature. Record high was set back in 2014 at 51 degrees. Overnight low 18. That's 5 degrees below where we should be for this time of year at 23. And look at that record low, 9 degrees below zero, and that was set in 1983. We did pick up a trace of precipitation you probably experienced if you were out and about last night. That little bit of freezing rain. Boy, those drops hit the windshield and were just freezing immediately last night. And that gets our precipitation to 5.73 inches for the year. And for the winter season, 9.2 inches of snow so far. 7:46 sunrise this morning, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:13. Let's take a look at tomorrow as we inch closer to Christmas Day on Saturday. And tomorrow's supposed to be another warm day. We'll have to wait and see, though. 41 in Moses Lake and Ephrata. 40 in Quincy, 39 in Wenatchee. We'll see if that happens tomorrow. 38 in Cashmere, and a chilly 33 degrees for you folks tomorrow up in Lake Wenatchee. As we take a look at our surface loop tonight, cloudy skies. There is a good chance that we'll see some rain and snow. Been seeing it throughout the evening hours, and it's because of this area of low pressure that's pretty much right over top of us, moving that moisture right into north central Washington. Lows tonight in the lower 30s. For Thursday, cloudy skies. That area of low pressure moves to our east, and that will allow another storm system to slide down a ridge, and that could bring us a 50% chance for rain mixed with snow. It's going to be breezy tomorrow too, so keep that in mind, and that may help warm our temperatures up tomorrow. For your Christmas Eve on Friday, expect morning snow showers, mostly cloudy. In the afternoon, maybe just scattered showers as that low just moves down the coast a little bit. High temperatures on Friday, mainly in the mid-50s. As we get you into Christmas Day, cloudy skies, that low again over top of northwestern Washington, and that'll mean a snowy start to our Christmas Day, a 60% chance of the white stuff, high temperatures in the low 30s, and the only warm spot really down in the Tri-Cities on Saturday. And then Sunday, this begins our big cool down. Cloudy skies, a 50% chance for snow. Look at that northwesterly flow moving into Washington State, and that means cooler temperatures with highs about 30 on Sunday. For Monday, mostly sunny, much colder as we move into the first part of next week. Look at this cold air all the way down into New Mexico and Arizona. We're talking highs in the low 20s for Monday. And wait till you see the temperatures for Tuesday. Cold, partly cloudy. We are only going to see highs in the teens on Tuesday. This pink is all negative temperatures, and that's even creeping down into parts of Washington. Once again, high temperatures only in the teens on Tuesday. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight, we'll see 29. That's warmer than we were today. I think it's going to be a little cooler than that. A rain-snow mix on your Thursday, and we're thinking 39 degrees. Christmas Eve, mostly cloudy, a little bit cooler. Some morning snow showers not out of the question, and 34. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas on Saturday with a 60% chance of snow and 32. 50% chance of snow once again on Sunday, cloudy and 30. And as we get into Monday, here comes the cold. Mostly sunny and 22 for Monday. Overnight low Monday night at 7 degrees. And for Tuesday, look at those temperatures. Partly cloudy, 17 the high, and 4 degrees our overnight low. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Dr. Wayne Latimer. I'm a chiropractic physician. I have postgraduate certifications in both whiplash, trauma and rehab, as well as sports medicine. The location is great. The light and the visibility, the 17-foot ceilings are fantastic. You can go into a lot of clinics, and it's very clinical. People really like the spa environment, so my whole premise was take a spa environment, add the very serious rehab, and give people an enjoyable way to get better over time.
Someone Somewhere behind these doors is a family member, often alone, taking care of a loved one with Alzheimer's or some other disability, or providing care for a loved one who is not ill but only aging and no longer able to care for themselves. In the field of caregiving, this is the home front. For the home is where most Americans will live out their last days. Contact Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington for a variety of services, including caregiving, meals, and medication help.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper, I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. Well, not if you're a Seahawks fan. Missed opportunities, untimely mistakes, costly penalties, and some calls not made have been the theme for the Seahawks season, and such was the case again last night. Today, 20-10 loss to the Rams. The game was tied at 10 into the fourth quarter, but the NFL's leading receiver, Cooper Kupp, got loose for a 29-yard touchdown pass, put L.A. up for good. Russell Wilson intercepted on Seattle's last chance in the closing moments, attempting to get the ball to DK Metcalf. Coach Pete Carroll says, yeah, it's disappointing.
Had a chance to play with these guys throughout, and there were some opportunities in there that we needed to go the other way, and they didn't for one reason or another. And there's a couple plays we could have made. We made a big mistake in the running game, gave them that big play on the scoring drive. Just made a mistake on the alignment and gave it to them. We played the run great all night long. Rushed the passer tonight. Kind of kept them. We felt like we kind of kept them under wraps, and but we needed to score again and get ahead. I thought the response right before half and starting the third quarter was exactly what we needed to get rolling. And unfortunately, that next drive that they got, we didn't get the job done. And but it's still tens, and so it's a really good football game, so. On a Tuesday night.
Yeah, the problem still is on the offensive side. Russell Wilson finished with a passer rating of 55.3. He completed 17 of 31 passes for 156 yards. He continues his mantra, however, of there's always tomorrow.
It's definitely disappointing, and I feel like this season we had some chances to win some games early on. We didn't, unfortunately, and I think in the seasons past, I felt like we've won those close games. I go back to, I think it was 2019. I think we had 7 or 8 games where we won. Those close tight knit games. I go back to early on in the season, Tennessee, for example. We could have had that game. A few games just kind of got away from us. And what I do know is that I'm grateful for each guy that given everything every day. And I don't expect anything to change with that in terms of their mentality, our mentality, how we're going to work at it every day and work at our craft. And, that's the character of guys we have in the room. And I know that it's disappointing. The good thing is I think that we've always created such a high standard of playing and winning and found ways to just win these close games. And this year, unfortunately, we weren't able to do it, And all I know is we got 3 more left, and we're going to give everything we have.
DK Metcalf was targeted 12 times in the game. He had 6 catches for 52 yards. Wilson seemed to have a hard time getting the ball to him when it was open, and Metcalf looked very frustrated on the sidelines. Coach Carroll was asked if there is a rift between the quarterback and wide receiver.
They're trying their ass off to play right. They're working on their stuff, their routes, their concepts. The calls are there. We're trying to get the ball there. You just got to throw and catch it, and you got to make the plays, and you got to get the job done. We got to throw it better, and we got to make sure that we make our plays. I don't know. No, I don't see anything. I know these guys are working really hard to get it done. It's really I am sick that we didn't have a chance to play with Tyler in this game because this is the kind of game that he would have been a factor in for sure in ways, and it's unfortunate, because this was really his kind of opportunity, and so DK had to do it, Freddie had to do it, Eskridge had to do it, and come through, and those guys did everything they could.
So Tyler Lockett, by the way, missed the game because of COVID. He's expected to be back this weekend. Will Dissly added to the COVID reserve list today. He played in the game last night. Seattle will finish with a losing season for the first time since 2011. They'll be back home Sunday to host Chicago at 1 o'clock on Fox. On the Les Schwab men's college basketball scoreboard from last night, Washington fell at home to Utah Valley in Seattle, 68-52. Terrell Brown Jr. led the Huskies, 23 points in the loss. Coming up today, Eastern Washington plays the number 25 Texas Tech. Actually, that was earlier today. Washington State hosts Boise State right now on the Pac-12 network. Turning to the Les Schwab women's college basketball scoreboard, there was one game of interest last night. Melody Kempton had 13 points. Yvonne Ejim scored 12 to lead Gonzaga past Eastern Washington 76-48. High school basketball yesterday, the Giesa Winter Shootout. Prosser ended Moses Lake's three-game winning streak in boys play, 66-54 the final. Eastmont cruised to a 91-44 win over Eisenhower. Coming up today, earlier, Wenatchee and Prosser, and that pretty much wrapped up the boys' side of the Giesa Winter Shootout. Now on the girls' side, turning to, actually no, before we get to the girls, let's go to the Les Schwab Prep boys basketball scoreboard from last night. Riverside Christian beat Bridgeport 62-37. Cashmere doubled up Cascade 62-31. Chelan edged Omak 74-68. Cascade Christian won narrowly over Pateras 44-42. Moses Lake Christian blasted Waterville Mansfield 71-22 the final there. Okay, to the Giesa Winter Shootout. On the girls' side, Kennewick down Wenatchee 65-39. Prosser beat Eastmont 65-53. On the clock earlier today, it was Wenatchee and Davis. Eastmont taking on Kennewick. We'll have hopefully scores for you tomorrow on that one. Also in girls' play on Tuesday, Omak over Chelan 47-46. Cashmere beat up Cascade 55-7. Brewster got by Quincy in a low-scoring affair, 29-26. Pateras pounded Cascade Christian 55-25, and Moses Lake Christian handed Waterville Mansfield their first loss of the season, 41-34 was the final on that one. Hey, one quick note here. A happy birthday to my big brother, Sean. He's that handsome guy that's on the left hand of the screen there. Yeah, that's Sean. He got the looks of the family, I think. Dad and I had the perfect face for radio. Sean should have been on TV, not me. But big 59th birthday to my older brother, Sean Granstrom. Happy birthday, brother. Love you. That's a look at sports news. Have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric, and happy birthday, Sean. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Of course, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. You're running out of precious time to buy that special someone, that special gift for Christmas. And if you are out and about in the Wenatchee Valley, just a friendly reminder, if you find it in your heart to buy your favorite morning show television host a Christmas gift, by all means, make sure it's big and expensive. That's always my rule of thumb for anybody who wishes to purchase me a Christmas gift. Just make sure it's big and it costs you a lot of money. Just wanted to lay that out there. Outside of that, we will see you on Christmas Eve tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5, into the... High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station, the NCWLIFE Channel.